Take a little clip. How y'all doing? It's Stacy. It's good to be back. Haven't made a video in a couple of weeks and I really enjoy doing this. This is just so much fun to me to sit down and be able to interact with you guys. We were talking about Retin-A and stuff on my last video, so I really enjoyed that. But anyways, I hope you guys are doing well, and we are doing well. I wanted to talk to you today about the makeup that I use to help me get through that ugly phase that I call it, because it really is a bad phase of Retin-A. So Retin-A, in case you don't know, is an anti-aging powerhouse, I call it. It's a derivative of vitamin A, and it's, I don't want to say it's harsh on your skin, but when you are getting used to Retin-A, it does cause some peeling, some redness, and some, you know, itching and stuff. And I found that when I first started using Retin-A, the first few weeks, my skin looked so bad. I thought, okay, this stuff is supposed to make my skin better, but I actually look worse than I did before. So that was my ugly phase that I call it, and I was really trying to get through. But I wanted to share with y'all some of the, you know, the makeup, because we love makeup, you know. I know I do. I love makeup, and I love applying it. I love buying it. I love looking at it. It's just really calming and soothing for me. I feel like it's, you know, it's something personal for me to enjoy, you know, that's just mine, and it helps, you know, it helps me feel like I'm not lost just being a mom, that, you know, there's other aspects to me than just being a mom and a wife, and which all those things are great, don't get me wrong. I really, really enjoy being a mother. I feel really blessed that God blessed me. But, you know, you still want that part of you that says, hey, I'm still here. You know, there's still a part of me that I love. And makeup is a part of me that I love, that I didn't want to lose touch with. So when I was going through this stage and I was having a hard time applying the foundations that I was using, because I like a full coverage foundation, I had to go and find something else. When I would apply it, it looked awful. It looked so cakey. It just didn't work. It didn't even want to blend in because my skin was so dry. So I have dry skin, really dry skin to begin with, and then on top of the Retin-A drying it out, it was just very difficult to find something that gave me a smooth canvas and evened out the redness that the Retin-A was causing on my face. So these are the products that I'm going to share with you guys today, of what I really enjoy. Alright, let's get started, because I don't want this video to be super long because I ramble with you guys sometimes. Okay, the first thing that I really enjoyed was the Smashbox Camera Ready BB cream. And it comes with the SPF at 35, which is very important to use SPF, because Retin-A is trying to repair the sun damage and healing your skin, and if you go back out in the sun without protecting it, then you're causing more sun damage, so you're kind of defeating the purpose if you don't protect your skin. So this one already has it in it, and I use one by itself, you know, just straight up sunscreen also, but you know, then when you use this, you have a little bit extra coverage. This one is nice. This one has a nice coverage. It felt really good applying it, and when I say that it feels really good applying, is because when my skin is dry and it's dehydrated and you put something that's moisturizing, it just feels really good. It feels like it calms down my skin. You know, it's like inflamed and it's red, and I put this on and it's like, soothing. But this one has a little glow to it, which is something else you want. You want your skin to look glowy because you want it to look moisturized and hydrated. You don't want your skin to look dehydrated and cakey. That kind of, I mean, that's the opposite of what we're going for, right? Okay, so that's one of the foundations that I use. The next one that I used was the Tarte BB Tint Treatment 12-Hour Primer Broad Spectrum SPF 30 Sunscreen. So this was a primer in it also, and I didn't talk about that. I skipped that step. I'll go back. This is not going to be in order. This is going to be all over the place. But what else is new? Okay, so, oh, and the Smashbox does not have a smell, in case you're wondering. This one is nice also. I don't think this one is as glowy, so if you don't want to shine like a disco ball, which the Smashbox doesn't really make you shine, but you can tell it's more glowy and dewy. This one is a little bit more, I'm going to say satin because I don't want to say matte, but this one is nice. This one feels like silk. When you rub it on, it feels more silky. It doesn't have that serum feel to it, but it's still beautiful, and it just sinks into the skin, and it doesn't cling to anything. It's just gorgeous. I haven't used it in a while because like I said, that was when I was first doing my, starting on my treatments. I used a lot of BB creams. Now I use a foundation that I really like, but the expiration date on this is from 15, so it's not any good, but I'm glad I saved it for empty, so that way, and it's not empty, but once it expired, I can't use it anymore. Okay, so I do have a couple of drugstore products that I found that are really good. Now, I did find these last year, so I think they just came out. I know that L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow just came out, which I wish they would have had this like a couple of years ago. But it says that it has a, did it say hydrating? I found this foundation hydrating. And it says radiant finish from normal to dry skin. So if you have oily skin, I'm not 100% sure of what you can use, because I know a lot of people, when they have oily skin, they want to use a matte foundation. But if you have oily skin and you're using Retin-A, I'm not sure if you still have oily skin. Do you still have oily? Okay, this will be my question for you guys. Let me show you the L'Oreal. This is very beautiful. It's not heavy. It's very lightweight. It feels moisturizing. It feels really good on the skin. I really enjoy this one because I kept thinking, boy, I wish they had this when I was on the 0.5, because that's when I wanted more coverage, but I wanted, more radiance too and more hydrating, and this would have been perfect for the beginning. Like if you're on 0.05, this will be nice. Just a light layer of this, beautiful. Okay, this is my question to you oily girls out there, if you don't mind answering. How was your experience with Retin-A? What products did you use to help get you through that drying phase? Did your skin peel if you had oily skin? Because I know with my skin being dry, it did peel more. Does yours peel more? That would help some of us oily girls out there who don't know, and I can't answer that question since I'm dry skin. So if you do know and you have had experience and you know it works for you, please leave the comments down below to help us other girls out. Because, I wish I could help you, but I can't. And I was going through my head, I was like, what can they use if they have oily skin? But I just still kept going back. I don't see how a matte foundation would really help, but I could be wrong, so let us know. I know, guys, look, last week I'm still peeling. I will still experience peeling because I'm on the 0.1 now, and I have been trying to get myself up to every day, but it is going so slow with this one. I guess because it's just harsher, that one morning I got up and I noticed my skin was peeling, washed my face, just a little bit, and I exfoliated all that, peeling skin off. But by that night, I went to take my makeup off, and right here, it looked like I had like a sunburn. It wasn't red, but when you get a sunburn and it starts peeling, it goes, you just like can peel that layer of skin off. That's what it looks like right here. And I was thinking, oh my Lord, did I walk around like this all day? I was just like, boy, I hope not. But I'll show you what I had on that I really enjoyed that day. I think it kind of helped calm some of that down. But I mean, when your skin is gonna peel off, it's just and that's what we're doing. We're exfoliating. It's just gonna come off, and I don't think there's a whole lot we could do about it. I couldn't stay in the mirror all day, just like scrubbing it. But anyways, I'm going on. Okay, the next one is Revlon PhotoReady BB cream. Now, I got this one last year too, and this one was really nice. I really enjoyed this one. This one felt like a serum. It's going to be really white, guys, because I think I got the wrong color. But, yeah, this one feels really nice on my skin. So if your skin is red and just irritated, some of these, they just feel so good, especially when they feel like a serum. And I noticed with this one, it did give a glow to my skin. I don't know if my camera will pick it up, but it did give a really pretty glow, and I really enjoyed that one. And I liked how it would sink into my skin, but it would sink in, but it still made everything look nice and even, and it calmed down the redness or covered it. Either way. Okay, so I'm going to talk about a primer, which is what I should have done before. This was the primer that I used, which was the IT No.50 Serum Collagen Veil Anti-Aging Primer. This is a hydrating primer by IT Cosmetics, and this is the one that I used. I used this one all the time. This was the one that I used pretty much every day for probably over a year, just because it was hydrating and it felt really nice. It kept my skin hydrated and it kept my makeup on, because I'm using a BB cream, and I don't know the staying power of BB creams too much. I don't think they last a whole day, you know, I'm talking 12-14 hours, but this primer helped get the most out of a BB cream. And it smells citrusy, so, and it's not a bad citrusy smell. It goes away, kind of smells like oranges, but it will go away. It's very faint if you're sensitive to that, because I know that I am. None of the BB creams and the foundations that I showed you have a scent, so I was so happy about that, because I don't want to smell like roses on my face. I just don't. Alright, the next thing that I really enjoy was setting sprays. Now, MAC Cosmetics, that's my favorite one. I haven't bought one yet because I'm working on 2 right now, trying to get through those, but I love that one. I would spray it on before just to moisturize my skin, and I would spray it on after. I would spray it on during the day. Just if my skin with Retin-A, for me, I found that sometime during the day my skin would feel dry and tight. So when it would feel like that, I would just go get my MAC spray, Fix Plus, and I would just spray it on there. It would loosen things back up, bring some moisture back. But I do love the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. I really like this one too, and I would do the same thing. I would spray my face before and after with it, just because it just felt so hydrating, and just really, it just kept my skin moisturized. So I really like that one. And the next one that I really like is this Farmacy Skin Dew. This is a hydrating essence mist and setting spray. Now this one you spray before and after. I really like this one. I got this one as a sample, I think, in my Sephora Play Box, and I was really grateful for this little guy, because this helps. In the summer, my skin gets a little bit... Does my skin get drier in the summer? You know, I think a lot of people say that their skin gets dry in the winter, but my skin gets kind of drier in the summer too. Even though we have high humidity here, I still find that I deal with a lot of dry skin. But this is good for all day too, you know. And a little guy, if you can find like a travel size, you can throw this in your purse and, you know, just spray it on, and it doesn't break your makeup up or anything, or cause it to separate. It just kind of seals it in together again, and just gives you, you know, your face can move, and you don't feel so tight and dehydrated. So, okay, another thing I want to talk to you about. Oh, one more thing. This is why this was my favorite. It was the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Cream. Now I just have a little baby sample one. I thought this was a oh gosh, an under eye concealer. That's why I didn't mention it in the beginning, and then I went for my concealers. So anyways, here you go. I had the big two because I use this one a lot, was the IT Cosmetics. This one feels like a serum also, and it has a lot of good things for your skin that's in there, and it gave my skin a really pretty glow, which is something that I wanted. It's very beautiful. And it gave a lot of coverage, a lot of nice coverage. It hid a lot of things. It hid a lot of redness, and it didn't stick to the flaking skin or anything, and it gave me a pretty glow. Now my number one, I would say, would have to be the IT Cosmetics. This was my number one go-to if I was going somewheres, if my skin was really red, if it was really peeling, if it was really dry, IT Cosmetics. If you can get any of the ones that I talked about, get the IT Cosmetics. If you cannot use the IT Cosmetics and you still want a higher end one, Smashbox would be the one for me that I would say get. In the drugstore, out of the Revlon and the Loreal definitely, and the Revlon is number 2. Okay, Now, onto under eyes. Some of us have dark circles and puffiness and all of that. Even with all the Retin-A going on, I have dark circles. And sometimes the stuff that I was using wasn't covering that, but I cannot put a whole bunch of things under my eyes because my skin is so dry, and then it will look, you know, cakey, and it will crack, and it will look awful. And I tried that and it looked awful. So what I found that I could use, I didn't use a corrector back then, which I use a corrector now. I use the Tarte CC corrector for my under eyes, and it's just like it has like a peachy salmon color to it. I can use it now because I've been on Retin-A for a while. And then I use a concealer on top. Let me get another one. Okay. So what I wanted to tell you was, if you cannot use a corrector, if the BB creams are still not giving you the coverage, especially under your eye area, and you have dark circles and you really want something, but you don't want it to cake and you don't want it to sink in, I would try the Bye Bye Under Eye Full Coverage Anti-Aging Waterproof Concealer. So I used this one, and then they came out with this Bye Bye Under Eye Illuminator. So I really like the illuminator, and I like the under eye concealer. The under eye concealer one is the one that I used in conjunction with the IT Cosmetics CC cream. So these two together was my go-to foundation. It worked, it covered, it hydrated, it didn't sink in, it didn't cling. They were just the best. And this little thing, I still use IT Cosmetics. This illuminator is my under eye concealer. And when I need a little bit extra concealer, I use this one. I haven't really used a whole lot of under eye concealers because I keep going back to those. They just work. They cover the best, and you don't need a lot of them, so I don't find that my under eye is really cakey. Okay, I'm trying to move this along. Yes, I told you I was going to be all over the board, and I am. I just found something. I have it on today. And Lord, I wish they would have had this thing a while back, because this is awesome. Awesome for summer. Awesome for Retin-A ugly phase. This is just a beautiful now this is a foundation. Well, they call it a hydrating tint. It's the Neutrogena Hydro Boost hydrating tint, and it has hyaluronic acid, and it moisturizes and plumps the skin for 24 hours. This baby is a gold mine in my opinion, because hyaluronic acid plumps the skin. So if your skin is dry and you're using Retin-A and it's kind of sinking it in, you know, like a prune just kind of dries up, you know, we want to look like a grape, all firm and plump, but you know, when the moisture is being sucked out, you know, you look like a prune. Hyaluronic acid does the opposite. It helps to keep your skin plump, so it plumps out those lines. Guys, this thing is so beautiful. I have it on today because I wanted to wear it and show you. But my camera washes me out, I know. It's gorgeous. I love it. The only thing I don't love about it is the smell. It comes with this great wand. This is not a review, but this one is so beautiful. And I have a really light color on. It's going to look weird on my hand, but it does match my face, trust me. It's beautiful. It just, the hydrating for 24 hours, when you can get that in anything, a foundation, a BB cream, that's what you want when you're trying to work past that very drying phase. You want something that will hydrate you all day and help keep you hydrated. So Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Tint. I would definitely go try this one also. See if you can use it. This is on my, actually all these products, they're on my top list of products that I would definitely suggest using during this bad phase. Okay, so now I wanted to talk about setting powders. Some of us, you know, we still need our setting powders. Sometimes I would sweat, and then everything I put on I felt like was just coming off, because I do live in the South and it's very hot and humid. So what I have found that I really enjoy is the Nars Translucent Crystal Light Reflecting Setting Powder, and it's loose. And it's just a white setting powder. See, it just kind of fluffs up. But I like it because it's light, it's airy. I have that on today as well. I use it mainly for my under eye, but if I want to set my makeup, and I can put it all over my face because I can't use a lot of powders just because I have dry skin, this is what I'll use to set my makeup, and it doesn't sink into lines. It really doesn't. It creates a very beautiful finish, and it's so light and airy. I think that's what helps it not cling to dryness or not get into my fine lines and wrinkles. So I like this one. I would definitely suggest this one. And if you're looking for an alternative, now I'm not saying this one, this e.l.f. one that I'm about to say, the High Definition, this is an under eye setting powder. I'm not saying that they're 100% comparable, but the e.l.f. one is also light. It's just a little light powder. It's light and airy for under the eyes. I use this one also because I was looking for like a replacement for my Nars, because it's a little pricey. It's in the 30s, but I like the e.l.f. I do like the e.l.f. also. Now, if you can afford to get the higher end, I would get the higher end, because I just find that it lasts longer. It just sets better, in my opinion. But there's nothing wrong with the e.l.f. The e.l.f. does do its job. I just find my under eyes stay a little bit longer with the Nars. Okay. Now, if you like a highlighter and you're scared to put highlighter on because, you know, oh my gosh, it's going to emphasize my pores, and we think these things, it's going to emphasize my pores. You know, I might have some fine lines or some wrinkles or just something, and I don't want to put anything glowy there because it's going to cause, you know, just draw more attention, or, you know, sometimes highlighters can just emphasize all of that. I found a really good one that helped me through that because I'm a highlighter junkie. I need my glow. Like today, I was just like pouring it on there. I'm like, okay, you got to stop because you're going to be blinding the people. The one that I really enjoyed was the Highlight 01 Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder. And I just have a little bitty one. I think it came in a kit or something, but it looks like this, and it's really pretty. It's a really pretty highlight. I don't know why they call it matte. Let's see if I can get it to show up. This is something you might have to go try out for yourself in case my camera cannot pick it up. But it's just a subtle highlight. It is pretty. Today I did not put it on. I'm sorry guys. I probably should have did that, but I had something else I wanted to try, so I put that on instead. I am so sorry. But I will try to remember to wear this in one of my videos. That way I can say, hey, this is the Laura Mercier. Remember I talked about it? It does give you a nice shine, but it doesn't emphasize anything. You can still get a really nice glow with this matte powder. I don't know why they call it matte. Matte Radiance Baked Powder. It's not matte, but it is pretty. It's not, you know, it's not disco ball like the Dior. The Dior is really shiny. Let me do that. Let me show you the Dior and the Laura Mercier. See, this is the Dior and this is the Laura Mercier. You can see the Laura Mercier has a little shine to it, but the Dior is kind of like bam. And yeah, I hope it can pick up. This is the Dior and this is the Laura Mercier. I mean, the Laura Mercier is pretty. It's going to give you a sheen, but it's not going to give you the finish that the Dior has. Okay, so my last thing is, if you're hooked on powder, this is something I would suggest to try that I could use sometimes. It depends on where I was at in the process. And it is it's by Tarte. Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Airbrush Foundation. And this is what the jar looks like, our container. This is really nice. And it comes with a little, it's like a little mesh netting right here, and you just put your brush in it like this. Just do this. See the powder coming out? I was really surprised at this. I tried it because I had seen some people use it on YouTube, and I was like, well, I'm going to give it a try even though my skin is dry. And I really liked it. Some days I want to run to the store and I don't want to put any makeup on, but I do want a little bit of coverage. I used this and this was really nice. It didn't have that drying effect that I thought a lot of powders would. Now, I couldn't use it all the time. If I was really peeling, I couldn't use it because the motion with the brush would just stir up the skin and it would just flake. and it would just cause a hot mess. But when the peeling was not going on and I wanted to, you know, just run to the store or just be about in the house, and I wanted something on my face, I could use this. So it's worth a try, even if you get just a little sample and you're a powder girl, you know, you like powder foundations. What I wanted to tell you was the brush, like I said, with this, using the brush would stir up the dead skin, and it can do that. If you don't, I notice even if I exfoliate in the morning, the brush will still stir up some of that, you know, skin that's peeling off. So I would suggest a beauty blender. This one is from Sephora. I can't find my beauty blender. I think my 3-year-old Mana took it because she thought it was cute. But yeah, I would suggest a sponge. Or what I did, I just used my fingers. A lot of times I use my fingers, or you can use a flat foundation brush and just kind of like, you know, just make long strokes. I wouldn't do a lot of circular motions, not if you're peeling and stuff. So, okay. That is my get through the Retin-A Ugly Phase makeup edition. I hope you guys are really enjoying this. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. If you have any videos that you would like to see, if it pertains to Retin-A makeup or anything, just leave it down below and I will do my best to answer and try to film that for you guys. I hope you have a great day, and please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!